Have you ever watched an English movie and understood almost everything, but when someone suddenly asked you a simple question in English, your mind went completely blank? You know the grammar, you know the vocabulary, you understand English, so why can't you speak it? The answer has nothing to do with your intelligence. In fact, the mistake you're making is the same mistake that millions of English learners make every single day. And once you discover this simple secret, the way you learn English will never be the same. Let's begin. Have you ever watched an English movie and understood almost everything? Have you ever read an English article without using a dictionary? But when someone suddenly asks you a simple question in English, your mind goes completely blank. You know the words, you know the grammar, yet you can't speak. If this has happened to you, don't worry. You are not alone. Millions of English learners around the world experience the same problem every single day. The good news is that there is nothing wrong with your intelligence, there is nothing wrong with your memory, and there is certainly nothing wrong with your ability to learn English. The real problem is much simpler. You have trained your brain to understand English, but you haven't trained it to produce English. Think about learning to drive a car. You can read every driving book in the world. You can memorize every traffic rule. You can watch hundreds of driving videos. But if you never sit behind the steering wheel, will you become a good driver? Of course not. Speaking English works exactly the same way. Listening and reading are input skills. Speaking and writing are output skills. Most learners spend years improving their input. They watch YouTube videos, they listen to podcasts, they read books, they study grammar, they memorize vocabulary, but they almost never practice speaking. As a result, they understand English very well. But when it's time to speak, their brain isn't ready. Another common problem is translating. Many learners first think in their native language. Then they translate every sentence into English. This creates a delay. While you're translating, the conversation continues. The other person keeps talking. You become nervous. Then you forget everything you wanted to say. Imagine if every time someone asked your name, you had to solve a math problem before answering. That's exactly what translating feels like. Fluent speakers don't translate. They think directly in English. The good news is that this is a skill anyone can develop. Start with simple thoughts. Instead of thinking, I need to translate this, simply think, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I need some coffee. The weather looks beautiful today. These small changes train your brain to think naturally in English. Fear is another invisible barrier. Many learners are afraid of making mistakes. They worry about grammar. They worry about pronunciation. They worry about sounding silly. Because of this fear, they remain silent. But here's something important. Children become fluent because they are not afraid of making mistakes. Adults often learn more slowly because they are afraid of making them. Remember this. Every fluent English speaker once spoke broken English. Nobody started perfectly. Confidence grows through action, not before action. Another mistake learners make is focusing only on difficult vocabulary. They believe using advanced words makes them sound intelligent, but communication is not about difficult words. It is about clear ideas. Imagine two people. One knows 10,000 English words but cannot express a simple opinion. The other knows only 3,000 words but speaks confidently and clearly. Who sounds more fluent? Usually the second person. Because fluency is about communication, not complexity. Daily practice changes everything. You don't need 5 hours every day. Even 20 minutes is enough. Talk to yourself. Describe your daily routine. Explain what you see around you. Tell short stories. Ask yourself questions. Then answer them in English. The more you practice, the faster your brain creates English automatically. Shadowing is another powerful technique. Choose a short English video. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat exactly what you hear. Copy the pronunciation. Copy the rhythm. Copy the emotion. Do this every day. You'll notice your confidence growing week after week. Recording yourself is another excellent habit. Use your phone. Speak for 1 minute about your day. Then listen carefully. Notice where you hesitate. Notice words you repeat too often. Notice your pronunciation. Every recording becomes a free English teacher. Don't compare yourself with native speakers. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday. If you speak a little better today than you did last week, you are making progress. Remember, fluency doesn't happen overnight. It is built one conversation at a time, one mistake at a time. one practice session at a time. Another important habit is speaking before you feel ready. Many learners wait for the perfect moment. They think, I'll start speaking when my grammar is perfect, or I'll speak after I learn 5,000 words. That day never comes. The truth is simple. You become ready by speaking, not before speaking. Mistakes are not signs of failure. They're signs of progress. Every mistake teaches your brain something new. Successful English learners understand this. Instead of avoiding mistakes, they learn from them. Finally, remember why you started learning English. Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you want to study abroad. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you simply want to communicate with people from around the world. Whatever your reason is, don't let fear stop you. Your English doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be understandable. The more you speak, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the more fluent you sound. So stop waiting. Stop translating. Stop worrying about perfection. Start speaking today. Speak one sentence. Tomorrow, speak two. Next week, have a short conversation. Next month, tell a story. And one day, you'll suddenly realize something amazing. You no longer translate. You no longer panic. You no longer stay silent. You simply speak. Because fluency isn't a gift that only a few people are born with. It is a skill built through courage, consistency, and daily practice. So believe in yourself. Keep learning, keep speaking, and remember, every fluent English speaker was once exactly where you are today. Remember, fluent English isn't about being perfect. It's about practicing every single day. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Every sentence you speak brings you one step closer to fluency. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe to English Street Lab, and keep practicing. See you in the next video.